Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I'm back with another video here. And if you are new clicking upon this video, I sound upset saying that, but if you are new clicking upon this video or you're new to the channel, my name is Chris. I do Flyers content here on YouTube. I do from game reviews, podcast episodes, all that stuff, watch parties, everything. If you like how any of that sounds, hit that subscribe button down below. The reason I sound a little bit grumpy saying that is this game wasn't so great for the Flyers, and they end up losing this game 4-3 to the Seattle Kraken here at home to end the 4-game homestand to start out February. Coming out of the All-Star break, they finish 1-1, and they only pick up 3 out of a possible 8 points. Not great. Only 18 shots on goal for the entire game for the Flyers. That's their fewest for the season so far. Last was 19. Just not good enough, not enough offense. Only 10 shots through 2 periods, and yeah, I mean, the game started off well, but let's get into the lines first. It seems like Frost and Tippett, Hayes, Lawton, and Owe Lycksell. So Lycksell makes his debut, or not debut. He makes his, coming back up to the Flyers debut because he's been up a couple of times. This is his 4th game of the season. He had a decent game. Farabee, Cates, Konechny, Delorier, Brown, and Allison, Provorov and York, Sanheimer, Stalainen, Sealer, and D'Angelo, and then Felix Sandstrom was in net. So Sandstrom plays his first game since January 22nd. Owe Lycksell, he comes in for the first time since I believe December 15th against, I think it was, New Jersey. And you know, for Lycksell, he comes up, he's playing well down in Lehigh Valley. He's actually had a really strong season down there. I believe he's point per game with the Phantoms, and overall he's had a really good season. And you know, coming up to the Flyers, he was called up yesterday. He doesn't play. Flyers went with 11-7. Braun came in, and then the Flyers kind of, you know, obviously not really scoring that much. They switched up the lines. They put the Frost, Van Riemsdyk, Tippett back together. Cates, still with Konechny and Farabee, that was together, and basically everything else was the same besides Lycksell and Allison going down. It probably would have been the same if McEwen wasn't hurt, so there's that too. Again, Sandstrom was in net, and I didn't really think Sandstrom had a bad game. But let's get into it. So Flyers start off this game with 2 straight power plays. Konechny gets tripped up 30 seconds into the game. They had a lot of passing from the first unit, and then the second unit cashes in. 1-0 Tippett scores. They used Ristolainen in front of the net, which I actually like that. I mean, for what it is, and the reason I think I like it is more so because the power play is horrible. So realistically, what other things are going to make it better? You might as well try something different that, you know, has kind of worked out before and it ends up working here. Lawton with the shot, kind of scramble in front, you know, just kind of, falls right onto Tippett's stick. Slam dunk 1-0. He just cleans up the garbage, and the Flyers have the 1-0 lead early in this game. Then they get another power play. Patrick Brown draws a penalty. He gets elbowed up high. I actually thought Brown had a pretty solid game outside of the goal, because, you know, those guys, even though they don't play too many minutes, they kind of have given the Flyers a spark at times. So they get a power play. They really didn't get much going. Seattle was much better on their penalty kill, which has seemed to have been an issue for them. And this is where the frustration for me comes in, because you have a 1-0 lead. Seattle doesn't have any shots or anything like that. They weren't even in the zone because they had to kill off 2 straight penalties, and you just let them come right back into this game. And the shots at this point are 4-0. The Flyers have the 1-0 lead, and they end the period 11-4 Seattle, and the Flyers are down 2-1. It just seemed like yesterday, where it was like they were too slow to pucks, losing puck battles along the wall, not getting the puck out, having turnovers. Eberle scores on a 2-on-1 rush, and it was a bad pass from Konechny to even drop it to D'Angelo. He just basically throws him a suicide pass. D'Angelo was stick handling into 3 Kraken players, and it just goes down the other way. And you could tell, I mean, like the guy sitting all the way up in the row 15 of section 216 could tell that McCann was going to pass that, because he didn't look shot the entire way, and it still goes in. So it's 1-1, and just sloppy. I mean, I didn't like the Hayes line all game. They literally dropped Lycksell down because it just seemed like Lycksell ended up going down to the fourth line with Delorier and Brown. I mean, obviously the Flyers had more switches as well, but that was in the second period because in the third they tried to create more offense and they changed a bunch of things. Frost ended up playing with Hayes. Like there were so many different things that changed with the offense, and like the whole game, the Hayes line just. I personally didn't like Lawton at all. I thought he was really off. It felt like he just looked slow, losing a lot of face-offs, and obviously face-offs have been a struggle. They were pretty even for the game, but overall, not not great. Lawton was only at 40% on the face-offs, and he just seemed really off today, especially on some of the later goals, and then like the 2-1 goal from Bjork from Tolvanen, and it's a play where Van Riem's like it's a simple thing, just chip it, and this was a problem yesterday against Nashville, where every time the Flyers had a chance to get out of the zone, they were stripped, or it just seems so hard for them to get out of the zone. I don't really understand, or I guess I should say, how to word it, but it just seems so difficult for the Flyers just to get a clean exit. So we go into the second period, and it's 2-1. And then the Flyers actually get the tying goal, and then we're still defending for most of this period. Van Riemsdyk scores a really nice play. It was a nice pass from Frost to drop at the tip of the shot. Kind of went on net, got blocked a little bit. It wasn't like a clean, straight puck to the net. It like kind of deflected a little, and Van Riemsdyk just baseball bats it out of the air, basically like it was a bunt, and 2-2. It was a really nice play. Delorier and Brown have a 2-on-1. Really not much going there. It was a quick shot from Delorier. Pretty easy save for Grubauer. And honestly, it didn't even look like he had it. Frost had a really nice play on a 2-on-1. And this is the type of stuff that I think Torts has been wanting to see from Frost. And I personally think it's been there. But other people would disagree. Like, if you can't make a play offensively, make it defensively. And, like, even though he didn't turn the puck over, that ended up, being the eventual 2-on-1 play, he made the difference on defense. Like he dives back with the poke check and just kind of strips the puck, and D'Angelo's really good at that too. And again, it was a really nice play. I thought it was a pretty low event period, tight checking, and then again, it's a simple breakdown in front of the net because D'Angelo's there, Allison is there, and Allison was a little low for being a winger, and Lawton tried to cover for Allison, and then Schwartz was left wide open. So it's a whole like miscommunication because that's also D'Angelo's man. It could have been helped out from the center, which was Lawton on the line, and then Allison was a little down low just because he was trying to block the pass going all the way down the ice on the initial play that set up the whole goal. So it was just a whole just jumble of a play, I guess, if that's even a word, and they end up scoring. And unfortunately for Sandstrom, he's kind of left out to dry. Everybody, I see all these comments about Sandstrom. I don't think Sandstrom's that bad. Like, I think Sandstrom's actually a pretty good goaltender. It just seems like every time he's in net, the Flyers are awful in front of him. Like, I don't know what it is. And this is going back to last season. And he was 1-7-1. Obviously, his numbers aren't good. I don't think I've looked at goalie numbers for the Flyers in the past handful of years just because of how bad defensively they've been. And they still have some of those similar issues now. But, like, a goal like this, it's like three guys don't pick up Schwartz in the middle of the slot. And there's a screen in front. Like, what do you want Sandstrom to do? And same thing on the fourth goal that ends up going into the third period. Like, nobody picks him up. Like, everybody's around him. And Lawton also missed him there as well. And it was a beautiful shot. Like, it's probably one that Sandstrom will want back. I think that's probably the one that you're like, yeah, he probably should have that one. The other ones could have been, avoidable because, turnovers, things like that. But some of these are just, it's mind-boggling to me how some people look at the goaltender and say, oh, that's your fault, when there's a turnover like 30 seconds beforehand. And it seemed like after that, the Flyers actually had some jump. It was like, hey, let's go try to, play now. And it felt like the Flyers actually started to get something going after it was 4-2. And it's like, well, that's the frustrating part of it to me, is you had a chance when it was tied 2-2 to legitimately kind of, put your foot on the pedal and kind of just take it right to Seattle. You didn't. Then you were down, and then you started to come back. Then for one of the craziest things that I think I probably could have guessed, Patrick Brown gets a shorthanded goal, just shoots it from the corner, and it goes in. and it's like with 3 minutes left, it's a 1 goal game. And the Flyers had so many chances late. Beniers, I don't understand. Like, it doesn't get it in once it's blocked. Flyers go down the other way. They have a chance. Then he had another play to get it out. He doesn't. And then there's another play at the net. Then Ream's like shot, that's blocked. And then another one from Tippett, that's blocked. It's like all 3 shots get blocked, but the Kraken still couldn't get it out of the zone. I don't know. I mean, it's frustrating because games like this, again, where you only have 18 shots and it's like you probably could have had more offense through 40 minutes of play and, only had 4 shots in the first period. And I talked about yesterday how I wanted the start to be better. And look, I get it. It's 3 games and 4 nights and, early start, all that stuff. But you also just had a week off, too. So there's that. As for the next couple of games, you have Seattle again, and then Vancouver. Then you'll be heading into Calgary, Edmonton, and then we'll kind of get later into the month of February. Not their best start to the month because you probably could have had a better end to this game. This game was certainly winnable. So was yesterday against Nashville. Really, 3 of the games that the Flyers lost, even the Islanders game, were really winnable. And to start off this homestand, and again, they only get 3 out of a possible 8 points. So we'll see what happens. Maybe the road is a little bit better. The California trip went well, so maybe that's kind of a good sign of what could be coming up here. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember the watch party for this Saturday's game against Vancouver. That's at 9:30. The game's at 10. That's Saturday night. That's here on YouTube. That's a little bit under a week today. I don't think many people are really focusing, on the Flyers today since the other big game, the Eagles in the Super Bowl. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Thanks everybody so much for all the support. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below. And I will talk to you all again soon.